Early like usual. The show never starts on time. We always come early because we're anxious to get to you guys, and no one should have to wait. Jeff, very disappointed in your reactions. You should have been saving all of those for this show instead of using them on the CrossFit Games podcast. I feel betrayed, cheated on, but I have a big heart, and I'll probably forgive you. So we have the announcement. San Jose, California. Three big announcements. Huge announcements. We know the CrossFit Games are gonna be in San Jose. We know that there's gonna be another semifinal on the West Coast besides NorCal Classic, and we know that there's going to be an event at the ranch. I think all of those we can say with 99% certainty. Any pushback?
I don't got any pushback. I remember doing the invitational at the San Jose. That's at the SAG. Super cool.
Oh, you went there? You
Yeah.
actually competed in it?
No, I didn't compete in it. Me and Sean, we broadcasted it.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, that's right. That was Wow, it's a beautiful center.
Yeah, it's huge. Like it'll do it justice. I mean, it'll be the same idea, as what they had in Texas as far as like the stadium and having it inside. It'll be another inside arena unless they're planning on going somewhere.
Can you show us pictures, Caleb?
Yes, I can.
Hey, this stadium houses some of the wealthiest people in the world who are hockey fans. San Jose, the area there, to say that the games are in San Jose is a little bit of a misrepresentation, because you have so many cities nearby. You have San Francisco, that's about 25 miles up the coast, and then less than 25 miles down the coast, you have Santa Cruz, California, which is an incredible city. And then, of course, right there, you have the World Apple headquarters, Amazon, Netflix, Facebook, Instagram. And in all of those cities, I mean, if you haven't been to this part of the country or this part of the planet, be prepared to be absolutely blown away. If you do get some extra time to be around, there are places you should visit. If you want to see some of the wealthiest or the wealthiest neighborhood in the world, you should drive on over while you're there. It's just a few minutes away from the SAP centers, Atherton, California. And then if you want to see one of the poorest, most dangerous, crazy places, you can drive 20 minutes up the road to Oakland, California. The Bay Area is a wild, wild place. Wouldn't you agree, Bill?
No, totally. I think that the fact that you have, I'm wondering if they're going to be able to get any really cool sponsors with all that affluence around them like that. Like, I think that would be
right.
I mean, like, there's a lot to pull from,
mm-hmm.
And hopefully it's not just I mean, no bad on the sponsors that they have, but hopefully it's not like all Velites. You know what I mean? Like, if you can imagine getting like Apple involved in the CrossFit Games and being able to have the resource of that kind of money, I just think that would, if they could tap into that somehow, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, like some sort of deal with Instagram or Facebook or Amazon or Netflix. Yeah, I agree. All who have amazing streaming services.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys, it's also home of Juul, by the way. You know the vape pen Juul? They had I remember one year.
Don't say we need to get that on there, man. Come on.
Hey, listen. I remember one year they had 100 employees at their headquarters, and they gave each of them a $1 million bonus.
What?
Yeah. Juul gave all of their employees
I'll go sell vape pens.
like secretaries getting $1 million bonus there. Everyone in the company got a $1 million bonus. Yeah, CrossFit, the Palantir CrossFit Games. Let's do it.
Oh yeah.
That would be sick.
Maybe we can get Androl to do it too. They've got some money. They've been sponsoring the Ohio State Buckeyes. That's pretty sick.
Nvidia's down there. One that maybe a lot of people don't know, but Oracle. Nvidia is Nvidia pushing towards $1 trillion valuation?
They've got to be
valuation.
Yeah, I mean this spot on the planet is absolutely wild. If you can, go ahead.
You don't even need to have the top tier. I mean, like, it could be. I mean, those guys, it would be a gift. You know what I mean? For those, like the big three up there like that. But any of the other ones that are, I mean, just anyone that you could connect the games up with, I think would be amazing. And not that, we always had the argument about, the Olympics, which here are all the best athletes in the world, and who are the main sponsors? It's Coca-Cola and it's McDonald's. You know what I mean? It's like the two companies that they're like the antithesis of what CrossFit is supposed to be. But there's got to be something. There's got to be a big old treasure chest that someone wants to connect to. Some high-end CEO, CFO. It's like, you know what? I do the CrossFit at what's and what's place. It'd be so cool to just drop them. I mean, how easy would it be for them to drop?
The largest hard drive maker in the world, I believe, was a sponsor for CrossFit for a while, and they were the largest company in San Jose. I'm trying to remember their name. It was one of Jason Khalipa's clients, and he was a CrossFitter, and they had a CrossFit gym in their headquarters, and he sponsored the games one year. It's a hard drive everyone knows. They provide all the hardware for Google. It's not WD hard drives.
AMD.
Was it AMD?
Yeah, I think it is AMD. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So someone like that, maybe that even though people haven't even heard of, but the CEO there did CrossFit, and they had a massive CrossFit gym in their headquarters. Oh, Seagate. Yeah. It was Western Digital Seagate. Yeah, it was kind of a HGST. Yep. Thank you. And I think they had just merged with Western Digital at the time.
Do you think maybe it's a perfect timing, perfect storm type of thing, that the CrossFit that we are now, at least with the headquarter type people, our CEOs, our C-suite people, we're just woke-ish enough that we might be able to fit into somewhere like this Northern California group,
right?
That might not be afraid of us, because if it was the old CrossFit, they'd be like, hell no.
Right.
They'd be protesting.
Well, or someone like Oracle, who's the Ellison father-son team seem to be Trump guys. PGG Energy Drink Fund for the podcast. We will be spending that on Frost over at Paper Street Coffee. Thank you. I had the fewest energy drinks I've ever had at Crash, and I think I'm done with them.
You drank more. You were nonstop drinking those things.
The little cans of Red Bull.
Yeah. Between that and all the Frost you were drinking.
Yeah, I drank too much Frost. And I think I had 3. I thought I only had 3 of the Nobles or whatever that drink is, the Red Bulls, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I had 12.
The funniest comment when you split off, you're like, you looked at Susan, you're like, I got to go get something to eat. I'm like shaking over here. I'm totally shaking over here.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. It's all wired. He's wired on liquid drugs right now.
Do you think that with the SAP being less than 30 miles, as the crow flies, probably 15 miles from the ranch, that's a guarantee that they're going to do an event there?
I would definitely say that there's going to be something with that. They have to. I mean,
20th
are they
year.
Are they going to do the same stuff? I don't know. I mean, but like, why not make them do the long run there? Have them throw them up into do the trail run again.
Do we know that it's only 3 days long? Is that, I was seeing that it's the.
Yeah.
How do we know that, Caleb? I was seeing that in the chat, on the games chat, CrossFit Games chat. By the way, congratulations to Chase Ingram from getting that off the ground.
Dude, killed it.
Shitload of viewers. Saw it go to 1,000. Very, very fast show. A lot of douchebags in the chat in the beginning, but he did a good job hanging in there and weeding them all out, and the show's finished very strong.
The dates that they provided was July 24th to the 26th.
Okay, so 24, 25, 26. Now, that does concern me a little bit. Yeah, right. That's right at Jason Khalipa's house. Jason could probably throw a rock and hit the place. That does concern me a little bit about the ranch, because that would be a journey. Maybe on July 24th in the morning, they do an event at the ranch, and then they quickly shuttle the guys back to San Jose in a couple of big buses.
They could do it at the afternoon time, like do something in the morning and then bus everybody out. I mean, look how many times they've bussed people out, and they have less people than they normally do this year, right? As far as when they've bussed before, remember when they did Pendleton?
Yeah.
They bussed everybody out. So, I mean, I think it could be pretty easily done.
And if they do have a limited budget on getting the big streaming team from the ranch to back to SAP, I know a few guys who will stream the ranch for them.
I know a couple.
And they'll do an absolutely brilliant job, and they won't curse. They'll do their best not to
not once.
Yeah. And we will make an exception and not let the commentators fight live online.
Oh, but that keeps it fun.
I know.
That keeps it fun.
We won Bill over to the dark side. I want to go through some of these things. So it's the 20th games. That's what makes me think it'll be at the ranch. It's 24th through the 26th of July. Let's talk about Tia Claire Toomey coming in at 3 a.m. I thought she looked cute. She looked like a little chipmunk. She looked like it was 3 a.m.
I think it's great that
She had those all her eyes were like this. You know what I mean? They weren't open all the way. They were like all I could think, oh, so that's what she looks like when Shane looks at her in bed. That's all.
Oh my God.
Damn.
That's funny. I thought it was I thought her answers were pretty good. I felt like she was being a little bit more PC than she needed to be. Like, I mean, she's allowed to get in there and say, I mean, she's the best that we've ever had and that there's ever been. So I think it's okay for her not to have to tread so lightly. In fact, I kind of wish she would, because that's one of the things that I've liked most about Tia as of late. And I'm one of the guys that I wanted her to get smashed when she came back after being a mom. And then when she came back and she's doing all the things that she's doing and she is the way that she is, I'm like, go kick everybody's ass.
Right,
like,
right. She won you over. She won you over. She won me over too. Yep,
I am the biggest flip flopper of probably anybody in our space that's talked about Tia. She is a tier above everybody, and I'm talking athletically. I'm talking about business wise. I'm talking about community wise,
emotionally, intellectually, grasp
she's above
the
everybody.
Community. Yeah.
So I think she's allowed to take more of the motherly role when she answers those questions. But it was good to hear. It's good to hear what she has to say. I like the fact that she is such a solid person in our space, and I think it is phenomenal and actually shocking that Dave has crowned her as like the most, what do you say, like the most influential person out of all the GOAT. Like she's is most significant out of all the people that we've had, and all the different reasons. I mean, you basically stack Rich and Matt and any of the daughters, and you put them all together, and they still don't equal up to what Tia is and what she's done, that's huge.
I agree that she's done a lot. It would be really hard for me to put her above Rich in terms of just sheer relevancy and impact and influence.
You want to know the difference?
Yeah,
is that she's never, at no time has she tried to be the new CrossFit. And I think that that's what Rich has done, like with the Mayhem affiliate and he's kind of pushing that route. And I'm not saying that what he's doing is bad, but
I don't think he's gone over the edge. I don't think he's gone over the edge yet. We've seen him stand on the edge of the cliff a few times.
I don't mean he's doing his business, and I don't think it's bad. Yeah. He does wave the flag of CrossFit, yes, but the difference is that he's spreading his own version, or I just see proven as we're a CrossFit affiliate. There's programming and all that, but she's not trying to she's not trying to make proven CrossFit gyms all over the place. She wants CrossFit. And I think that that's the difference. Again, not saying that that's bad on Rich. I just think that makes her more significant for CrossFit than Rich. That's all.
Okay.
I mean, I think trying to get Rich to be the CEO, I think that was a power play. Because it's like, he's dragging all these people over here. We need to group them up, so let's bring Rich in. I mean, everything that Mayhem has done is fantastic. I mean, they built an empire. That's why I never thought that he would ever even want to come over to be part of CrossFit. Why?
And the fact that he competed in the Open this year live was like,
that was cool.
That was beyond cool for me. That was we have to remember that's one of our biggest highlights in the last 4 or 5 years is Rich participating in that Open.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the way he did it was he's like amazing. Comes out and just kicks ass.
Tia never did an I'm out video like our most loyal GOAT. All right. So it was 3 a.m. Tia's time. She came on. Chase talked to her and got her, at 3 a.m. Probably not easy to interview someone. Tia talked about her intellectual and emotional journey in the CrossFit ecosystem. I thought that was pretty cool and honest and seemed absolutely normal to me, right? She comes into the sport like most of us, or into the test of fitness, or into the desire to work out. She finds something new. She has this incredible body transformation. and she loves competing, and there's a clock in this CrossFit thing we do, so she loves that aspect of it. Compete, then starts to get a little bit of burnt out because she gets hyper focused on the goals and the expectations. I'm paraphrasing what she said. And then when she has a kid, that combined with building a really good crew around her, those two elements, from being sort of a solo monster to now all of a sudden having a family, enjoying raising her kid, and having some really great training partners, Crouch, Ricky Garrard, who's the girl, Maddie Sturts, etc. And then the young ones like Lucy McGonigal. They even got Colton Mertens over there. That brought her love back, and she got she used the word balance back into her life, brought back the love for competing, and not that she stopped loving competing, stopped being goal oriented, and stopped having the expectations, but was able to mitigate, I guess, the pressures of that to bring the fun back.
Well, and it was funny. I was with one of my members downstairs. We just finished the class right before the podcast started, and we were listening to it. And she was talking about, and the joy was back. And I'm like, well, yeah, it's always nice to beat the shit out of everybody around you. I mean, not that she's not training hard and all those things, but there's no way that she was able to train the same way right after she had Willow. I mean, the timing is different. I mean, it is different. And the fact that she still could, and I don't mean beat people, I mean beat the shit out of people. Right. Still able to do that right. is impressive. So it's like, okay, yeah, it is fun because you can take the pressure off yourself. I mean, I think if she was ever, I think that feeling would be very different if all of a sudden she was second. You know what I mean?
Oh, interesting. Well, interesting. Yeah. Well, she didn't say the expectations and goals went away. It just sounded more like when she's training with a family, both blood family and then this CrossFit family, it's brought the enjoyment back to the process.
Yeah, I can see that.
And pick your favorite person in the world to train with who you love seeing at the gym, and then just imagine she has that times 10 because she has her daughter there. She clearly enjoys training with her daughter in the gym.
Well, I think anyone, if you're a parent and you have the opportunity when you're in the middle of like a really shitty situation, like you're just getting, I mean, you're tired, you're pushing hard, your body hurts, your lungs hurt, you're breathing hard, and you look over at your kid, there's no way you wouldn't stop, right? Like if your kid needed something at that time,
right,
you would still be able to give that one more rep, that one more step. Like there's, the mother lifting the car up when the kid's inside kind of a thing where they get that extra strength. I think that like, who wouldn't want to have that inspiration there? Because you can't really have a bad day. Like when you're a parent, it's hard to have a bad day. You still have to do whatever. You can be sick and not go to work, but you still have to be a parent.
Yep.
So like that kind of gives you that. I think it really puts things into perspective. Look at all the moms, the competitive moms that we've had. Car Saunders, same type of thing, like totally different attitude to where it's like, you know what? I don't need to have the pressure on me. I just need to go and do what I do because I'm going to go home and I'm going to be a mom and I'm going to have fun. I mean, brand new mom and still a young athlete, Paige Rogers, said the exact same thing. Like I could have a really bad training, but then I go home and it's like, oh, my kids, they still love me. My husband still loves me. I'm not trying to. Well, I hope that I did a great had a great performance. So now everyone's gonna like me, and I'm gonna put it on Instagram, and everyone's gonna be cool with it.
And I'm sure you've been there, but like something happens at work, right? And the whole drive home, you're thinking about it, and you open the car door, and you open the front door to your house, and your daughter says, "Dad," and
totally
all that shit like instantaneously vanishes.
Goes
You're
away.
like, you drop to a knee, grab them, hug them, go over to the sink. You
you
just
go
snack
play
with them, play with them. Yeah, it's just gone. You don't even bother you. I made a mistake. I said that there were 3 huge things announced, and there were actually 4. 4 huge announcements. San Jose, California, home of the games. An additional regional semifinal will be coming to the West Coast besides the NorCal Classic. Number 3, there will be an event at the ranch this year for the CrossFit Games. And number 4, Tia Claire Toomey will be going for her 9th victory. When she said, I am excited about the new venue and the new event, I just wrote, all right, she's competing.
I think she is.
Yeah.
I like they're I don't. Well, now I hope she does because I want her to get 10. I didn't want
Yeah,
her to get
yeah.
8, and it's like, or whatever, when she retired, pseudo retired, didn't retire, hopped back in out of retirement. I didn't want her to win then because I thought it was like all this flip it kind of thing, not giving the respect to whatever. Now I want her to get 10.
What are the
So
odds that you could
please don't
even
stop.
be? What are the odds that you could even be healthy for 10 games? I mean, it's wild. Without injury or sickness or just something coming up in life. I mean, it's
let
just
alone in the
wild.
individual field too.
Yeah,
You could do it on the team. You could be injured and just like rest on the other 3 guys on your team. But
hobble along.
right.
Yeah.
But I mean, for 10
Individual
as an
and
individual,
win.
it's insane. And
Yeah.
win, right?
Hey, qualifying 10 times for the games is puts you in rarefied air.
Right.
How many are there? Do you know off the top of your head, Bill? Are there 3? What is it, like a Becca Voigt, a Noah Olson, and a Cole Sager or something? Who are the 10 bangers?
BKG has 10. I think he had
No,
10.
Olsen, I think, has
Oh,
10.
and Tia might have 10. Were there 2 years
Well,
she didn't win?
that's right. You
Oh,
know what's
Brooke
funny
Wells.
is
Brooke Wells
Brooke
has 10?
Wells has
Okay.
10. That's right, because it would have been this would have been her last one.
So Tia, if she does 10, that will put her at 12 games.
Yep.
That's nuts.
Do you remember the video footage of her when they were when she didn't win? I think I think she was 3rd. I think it was Katrin, Sarah, and then her. That one year, and she was on the floor at Carson and just broke down crying. Do you remember that? Like, I think about that picture now. I think about that visual. She looked like such a young little girl then, and she just looks so different now. Like a very, I mean, far more. Obviously experience, much more physical looking athlete, and then I mean, and you could, when you chalk up the mom check on that as well, like, just looks like a completely different person. Not just a different athlete, just a different person.
She turned into an adult
Yeah.
right before
Yeah.
our eyes. It was a big deal when others just qualified for 10. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I think everybody's fucked after this. If she wins 10, you just can't live up to that. Not possible.
I mentioned this. San Jose is a fantastic place. Someone wrote in the comments, I don't know if it was Jeff Baker or CrossFit, but San Jose is the most boring place ever. That is completely asinine. If there's something you want to do there, from climb Half Dome, you want to make the drive out to Yosemite, or you want to ride in the fastest fucking bumper cars on the planet, or you want to go to the mothership Apple store and see that $1 trillion building they built. I mean, like, everything is there. You want to go to the beach. There's world-class beaches, California beaches in Santa Cruz. It is wild. Blade Walker, downtown San Jose is cracking too. Yeah. How woke is Santa Cruz? Completely woke. Fullest of woke. Fullest of woke. More woke than woke. It's the home of woke. It's the birthplace. You are coming to the birthplace of woke. Can I get robbed in San Jose? You can. You can. All the woke cities, you can get robbed. Just go to the really wealthy ones, and you'll be fine. Someone else was saying that gas is expensive here. If you think gas is expensive now, we just got another $1.50 tax passed here in California per gallon for gas. It could crest over $6 or $7 a gallon.
Perfect.
Yeah, by the time you get here, it is crazy. You know, when we were in Spartanburg, I saw gas for like $2.51 a gallon. That's half of what it is in my house. It doesn't even make sense because we have everything here. It's like we have huge harbors. We have the Oakland Harbor. We have the LA Harbor. We have the Long Beach Harbor. Like, and we have refineries and shit everywhere. I mean, it's just all taxes. Just all taxes.
It's all your emission laws.
Yeah, it's absolutely wild.
We're so clean out here, Caleb. That's what it is.
Yeah, I can tell.
We really care about the environment and everything else all the time.
Is that why the shit is still on the sidewalks in San Francisco?
Yeah,
that's why.
That's what's crazy. That's what's crazy. Even the ghetto in Spartanburg, where I was cleaner than the regular areas in the Bay Area. It's wild. Yep, there'll be Waymos. Those of you who've never driven in autonomous cars will be doing that.
Hard
And
pass.
you will be realizing I rode my first Waymo about a month ago. Absolutely the best driver I've ever been with. Aggressive, fast. It's crazy. The Waymo is have you been in a Waymo, Bill?
No, I haven't. I had a buddy that he was up there in San Francisco doing something, and he videoed the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like the wheels turning, and then the light, the blinker goes on, and all the things. And he's in some. I think he was actually in. It was like a Jaguar
Yes,
Waymo.
they're Jaguars. The Waymos
Dude,
are Jags.
Like
Yep.
Oh my
crazy.
God.
They're so nice. They're so nice, dude.
Just so ridiculous.
I like Janelle. The hell I will. No fucking way. Matt Burns. No, thank you. I know. I was like that for a couple of years. I would see them in Phoenix, but I finally rode in one. And once you go Waymo, you always go Waymo. The food here is absolutely amazing. The Bay Area has, I can't imagine there being better food anywhere. We're in the center of the agricultural empire of the world. The amount of money people will pay for shit here is wild. There's great food here, great markets, great fruit and vegetables. It's a great place, except it is expensive.
Yeah, everything is.
There was one thing you want to talk about, some scandal. Did Dave allude to the fact that James Sprague leaked the San Jose SAP center location?
Sounded like that. He was like, I told him not to say anything, but I don't know how good of a job he did on that.
Yeah, I can't see James being a leaker at all.
Okay? There seems to be a lot of people who don't understand what "don't tell anybody" what that means. They think
but then you take a picture of yourself in front of the SAP center when you're doing
right.
promo and post it to
they
IG.
think that like, well, no one will understand, or this person's not important. Like in the CrossFit realm, when someone says "don't tell anybody,"
yeah,
that means nobody. Like me and
Yeah.
Chase, here we are. We're two best friends. We've done the CrossFit broadcasting stuff for like decades, and all the opens that we've done and everything. And we won't tell each other what the
Right.
workout's gonna be. Like it's
Right.
got to be that tight. Like you don't tell anyone, not your wife, girlfriend, husband,
I didn't know
whatever.
the open workouts when I
Nobody.
worked at HQ.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
and my
when
staff knew. The media team knew. People on the media team knew who I saw every single day. I still didn't know them.
man, like that is the thing. When someone says "do not say" or "do not tell," that means nobody, for no
Yeah.
reason, under no circumstance. Period. Just
But
saying.
I was actually thinking, I was like, if James were to link it, it was some accidental thing, like he had shared locations with Dallin and Jason one time. Do you know what I mean? And he didn't remember he'd shared their
Yeah.
locations on their phone. And so
In the
then
group
they
chat,
saw
yeah.
that, you know what I mean? And then they saw him filming the promo or just some shit like that. I was like, I just can't see him doing that.
I don't. Well, and that's one of the things is you need to be very careful, because maybe you don't say something, but if you happen to be in the area and you're shooting stuff and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing in California? What are you doing in San Jose? Hey, that's pretty interesting. What's that big thing right behind you?"
Yeah.
You know, like, oh, that? Oh, don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
So I was Patrick goes, I was in charge of posting the open workouts. I didn't even get the graphics until Dave announced live. Oh, yeah. There you go. I mean, that's awesome. Patrick Rios, editor of the behind the scenes episodes 1, 2, and 3 are done. We're going through the review process. We will have Dave. Hopefully, the plan is to get Dave live for episode 1 to watch it all with us publicly, and then we'll stop it and he can interject shit.
Well, he's all about. He goes on all the shows now. Remember what he did? He never would be on a podcast.
Yeah.
Never. He hops on
His
a lot
mood
now.
was very light today. He was very cool. How about taking blame for getting rid of this semifinals and cracking jokes about the James Sprague possible leak? He was very lighthearted today. It was cool.
I agree. Yeah.
What did I have here? Oh, okay. Dave acknowledges. Okay. At one point, was Dave acknowledging that CrossFit grew too fast? There was a part where he was talking about the Masters athlete. I went back and I watched it twice. I didn't want to fall too far behind. I watched it at regular speed and then at 2 times speed. But what I was hearing him basically say is in the past, we've added bells and whistles and age divisions and whatnot when we shouldn't have. And we're no longer going to do that. I'm paraphrasing what I thought I heard him say. And that we're going to grow at the speed that we can afford to grow. And a perfect example is that is this year at Crash, there was a female masters division, and although all the athletes were great, and the great Caroline Klutz was there, there was only 5 females.
Yep.
And on some level, it's cool. I don't want to speak for JR, but at some level, that's not sustainable. And so, why add a division if you're only going to have 3 athletes, and there's 10? All the other divisions have 20 spots or 10 spots. And I thought he was alluding to that in a way, like, hey, we're paring back to what's reasonable instead of using this, instead of feeling this pressure to oil the squeaky wheel. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do think that the growth of the Masters divisions was way faster than it needed to be. I do know that the Masters, like the 5-year split, keeps Masters in there. It kind of keeps them in the game. Because I remember the time back when the athletes were competing, if you were, 25, 26, 27, and you weren't able to make it, you're like, dang, I got to wait 5, 8 years before I can get to 35 and actually start competing again. And I know that there were a lot of older masters said the same thing when it was a 10-year split. And then they added, at first it was 50 and older, and then they added a 45. And then like, hey, we're going to do a 40. I think they were doing that just to keep people involved because that was the time when everything was exploding. So if there isn't an explosion necessarily of CrossFit athletes and people that are getting involved in competitive CrossFit, yeah, pare it down, make it exciting. And exciting doesn't mean that everybody has to be in it. That's not what that means.
People shouldn't be offended. Don't be offended. I could see being disappointed, but don't be offended.
No, I don't think that they should be at all. I mean, I felt bad for the masters at Crash that were there. I mean, what has always been said about the Masters division, and this is, I think, one of the good things that they did was they split it. They allowed a group of people that really push for the Masters to take over the Masters program in the events and everything. I mean, we talk about what they do as far as how it works, on other shows and whatever. But like, they are all about trying to make the Masters their thing and important. But when you go to an event and there's 4, 5 in a division, and they're high-level Masters athletes, like, they are the sideshow, no matter how you pair it. So just don't have that. Like, you don't need to have that.
Here's an interesting take too. People will push back and say, well, half of the open registration fees come from Masters. Well, okay, that's fair, but 20 times the viewership goes to the non-Masters events, meaning we just did Crash, and when Masters gets 2,000, individual gets 40,000. When Masters gets 1,000, individual gets 20,000. And even the old people like to watch the young people. Just because they're old and they do the old workout, they still might not watch it. You know what I mean? They might still just watch the individuals.
Well, and I think the Open is very different from the actual competitive side of CrossFit. The Open is everyone wants to hop in, and that's me being an older athlete. I just want to see how I'm doing. So I'm going to do the Open. That's why and I also think that, like, if you look at the average age of the CrossFitters, they are going to be a little bit older.
Right.
I think now, especially, that's what you see. So, of course, you're going to have more masters doing the Open, but that doesn't mean that when you start looking for the competitive side, when you want to fill all these masters events, you don't always have a lot of masters going into those. I mean, mostly because it's logistic. If I'm going to have a masters competition and I want to have some sort of like prize money, but I have 16 divisions and now I have to break that up along all of those different divisions. Cool. We had $10,000 that we're going to separate, and now everyone gets 75 because I have men's divisions and women's divisions and this and all the things. So
you have these people in the comments saying that, oh, the more divisions that these small competitions have, the more money they make. That's just not true. These people aren't showing up to these events.
No.
You had
For
you had
some
a whole,
competitions, it's true, but not for all of them.
sure,
I mean, it works for NorCal Classic.
you have somebody program an excellent event like JR. So you imagine, oh, cool, everybody's gonna want to show up to this event. All the masters guys are gonna want to show up, and they're gonna want to like do these sick ass workouts, use the sled in a competition, use the parallettes. That's gonna be so cool. And then you have a third of the whole list of people like that make it not even show up.
Yeah,
That's just they don't show up. They don't want to compete. What's the point in putting it on when you have a heat of 4 or 5 people that want to do it?
And they do
Thomas,
have. I was going to say the comment is always they're the ones with the disposable income, and we hear that all the time. But I think that with that disposable income, they don't always show up, and that's the hard part.
Right.
If you're gonna say you have all the money to do it, but you don't show up, then I don't care how much money you have. It doesn't
Then
matter.
get fucked, dude. I don't care.
by the way, if you do have disposable income and you're running this new semifinal in California, reach out to me. I'd like to get paid. And, Thomas Stroud, JR told Caroline Klutz to do the Masters division at Crash, so they had a full heat. She wanted to compete with the individual elites. I don't think that story is I don't think that story is true, Thomas.
That's not true at all.
Yeah, it's not my place to say the version I heard, and it's not bad. The version I've heard is not bad at all. There's nothing negative there about Caroline or JR or anything. It's just not my place to tell the story. If JR wants to tell it, or Caroline. 2 years ago, we had Easy Muhammad and some other well-known masters at Crash. It feels like there's less interest for them to compete, possibly.
And
It could be
dude.
anything. It could be anything. Yeah.
Here's one of the things that I think a lot of people miss. Like, why is it that Sam Briggs, Becca Voigt, Annie Sakamoto, like those guys will hop into the Masters division and not win? I mean, they'll be up in the ranking, they'll be up on the podium, but they don't win all the time because they have been competing and training their whole life. So here's this new master who has not been beating themselves for the past 10 years and doing the same clean and jerks and snatches and ring muscle ups and all the running and all the stuff. They just want to hang out now. They don't want to compete like that anymore. But they don't want to train like that anymore. They still want to compete. So they hop in. Whereas these other masters are like, oh man, now's my chance. Whether they did whatever, I'm not going to say that everyone's doing it, but there's a lot of infomercial watchers and the TRTs and the testosterone boosters and all the things. They did all that stuff, all the years before leading up, realize they got kind of good at this CrossFit thing. Then they cycle off of that. They don't have to worry about that. They hold that muscle. They hold that strength. They hop in and they're like, look at me now. I'm great. I mean, cool, awesome. But a lot, like, they're just getting into that training. These guys have been doing it a long time. It gets tiring.
Bill, when are you guys posting another video? What's it talking about on Get With the Programming?
I don't know.
Have you guys been dormant?
No.
No.
I don't know what you mean, Pedro.
If you had to guess, I'm trying to think where all the semifinals have been in California. There was one like up in Napa one time that was like at a horse stable. There's obviously Del Mar. And I can't think of it. I couldn't think of any others. Oh, there was Carson. They did. Remember they did. Was that Wodapalooza thing? Was that thing?
Oh yeah. When they were trying to bring it back.
Or no, there wasn't there a West Coast Classic we went to one year in Carson a couple years ago. That was the semi. Dylan put that on. Yeah. Was that the first year of SoCal Wodapalooza? Either way, so there was that. There's been a semifinal: Carson, Del Mar, NorCal Classic, in Sacramento, and then that one weird spot that was in Napa. Those are the only 4 places. Can you think of any? Oh, there was one in San Jose one time in like 2000 early.
Oh, you're talking like regionals.
Yes, it was like a high school or college gymnasium.
Chase is in the chat. I think we called that one. That was 2014 because I think my knee was all in a sling then. It was all strapped up.
Yeah, that was a weird one. That was a weird venue.
Yeah,
I think
that basketball arena.
Yeah, I remember filming Neil Maddox back there. Anyway, those are some good guesses. If we're lucky, it'll go back to Del Mar. If you've not been to the Del Mar Fairgrounds for a CrossFit event, you're missing out. It is In some ways, it's the best spot. Did you ever do commentating from there, Bill?
Commentated and competed at Del Mar.
Yeah, in my estimation, it's the best place. It had the best vendor village, the best parking lot. It's a giant horse arena. It's nothing fancy. It holds a shitload of people, and the lighting there is amazing. And the ends are open on both sides with a massive skylight over the top. I absolutely love that place. The beaches are great. The people are great. It's cool. Did you like that spot?
Yeah, no, I like that place a lot. It was super easy to get to.
It's kind of hard
Massive
to
amount.
explain why it's so great because it's not.
Yeah, it was like a
not.
massive amount of parking.
Yeah.
That was kind of the end of the where all the athletes kind of had their tents all set up in the back. So they had
Yes.
kind of the tent city. They did have a cool vendor village there. It was all inside, but it wasn't. But it was like a big stable. So there was a
Yes.
lot of like airflow that was going through the whole thing. And then the field of play, the floor was awesome. Had like
Yeah.
kind of the old school seats that everyone would sit in, the kind of smaller ones, and like you're like in it. I mean, you're
Yeah.
in it. It felt very Carson tennis stadium-ish with everyone in there, and it got so loud. It was
It got
so
so
loud.
loud in there, yeah. There were
It was
I
great.
remember we did an affiliate gathering there. I wanna say there were like 500 affiliates there. It was
Wow.
nuts. Yeah, it was nuts. What do you think about the fact, though, that there would be 2 on the West Coast? That kinda shocks me because if I remember correctly, NorCal became a semifinal last minute last year because 2 of the other events had limited participation based on region.
Well,
So
weren't the
then they
two
thought
the two in Tennessee?
like Syndicate, or maybe it was the 2 in Tennessee. I thought it was maybe Syndicate and TFX, but either way, all of a sudden, if I remember correctly, there were rumors that like, oh shit, there's going to be people. It needs to be opened up more so people who aren't stuck in regions still get one more chance to compete. And so and NorCal was already happening, so they just anointed NorCal. Did NorCal change its dates last year? Did they move it around really quick last minute?
Yeah, they did change it. They did change it. I think they bumped it up like 3 months or something like that from what they normally do.
So, but if it wasn't for that, there wouldn't have even been one on the West Coast, right?
Right.
And so now this year there'll be 2 that are 400 miles apart. And hopefully they won't be on the same weekend.
I hope so too.
Jeez. Oh, jeez.
I mean, I'm already hearing some conflicting shit. I really want to see the calendar. I've never wanted to give a shit about the calendar, but I really want to see the calendar now with all of these things popping up, trying to figure and knowing that I want to go to a couple of them.
I mean,
Hey, this go ahead, and then I'll get to
I was
the
just gonna
question.
say at least with California being such a long state, I mean, there's a lot of distance between the two.
Yeah.
So I mean, you could still kind of say it's almost like a. I mean, I know it's not, and the people in the Pacific Northwest will probably get pissed at me saying this, but it's like you kind of already have your northern West Coast side and then your southern West Coast side. I mean, for the
Right.
most part, So
and they're super easy access to Sacramento and San Diego.
Right.
Crazy easy access. Great airports, great infrastructure. You're assuming NorCal is a semi. Do we know that for sure? They haven't announced any semis. I don't know that for sure. It would be fucking batshit crazy not to do NorCal again. After going to the handful of semis I've seen and the ones I've watched, it's such a good crazy event. There's so many fucking people there, and the venue's just nuts, right? I mean, it's just in a park. It's like in a floodplain.
Well, and that was different from the one that they've had before, but it's always been in some sort of setup like that.
Yes, I mean it's wild. I just can't see there when you get 1,000 athletes showing up somewhere and you have 2 OGs like Blair Morrison and Ben Alderman. I just can't see them not getting it again unless Blair and Ben for some reason didn't want it. I can't see CrossFit telling them no. Dave said some stuff too. I think that like, hey, if they do it again, we'll work with them. And I saw Blair at Crash. I didn't have a chance to talk to him, but I just get that impression that it's happening again. But no, I don't have any. I don't have
I
any
know
hard facts.
I know that Eric Miller, Becca Voigt's husband, he was brought in with Blair for this next year just to like work logistics and stuff, to be like another set of eyes to help them kind of lay out and that they had last year. I know a lot of times if you are programming events and you're kind of your head's buried so deep in all the things that you have going on, you don't necessarily see the things that might go wrong. So it's nice to have someone that's kind of on the outside kind of looking. I think that Eric's going to help those guys out with that.
This is an interesting political statement, which I really like. Dave even programmed for them one year, might have a sweet spot for them. And I believe Ben has been on the demo team.
Yeah.
Ben and Blair are staples in the CrossFit space, the community. And
Do you think it's a California thing?
I mean, I know one year Dave even went up there just to say hi. I drove up
Yeah.
there with him. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, sure.
I mean,
For sure, right? I mean, didn't
easy
you have it?
access.
Didn't HQ come visit you? You and I were chatting, and you know, you're not. Didn't someone from HQ come visit you, surprise you, and visit you and do some filming with you at your gym? I don't know if I was supposed to say that, but and you were glad to see them and
Yeah,
open
totally.
arms. Yeah,
Yeah,
we all know
100%.
each other, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tight knit group, and you know, Blair especially has been around forever. I mean, he
Yeah,
was
forever. He was at the
the
ranch competing.
original CrossFit uh, vacation guy. That's
Right,
what he
right,
did.
right.
You
He
know, he
doesn't
would
do that anymore.
I think he's pretty busy doing. I think he just did one maybe within the last 2 years or something like that. But I mean, I remember before there was anything about Iceland, he went to Iceland. He took like, I'm doing a workout fitness vacation in Iceland, and went out there, and you know, he grabs his ropes and his rings, and no, I should have been though.
Was Bill Grunler on Baywatch? Dude, you could have totally have been the Michael Knight character, David
Bring
Hasselhoff,
it. I was the David Hasselhoff of the Central Coast. I'll say that.
in the
I did
real
that.
world.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever you've thrown a comp at your gym before, right? Did I go to a comp at your gym once?
We've thrown a comp at our gym. We've thrown a competition at Avila Beach, like on the beach. It was awesome.
Did you have a comp on your 10th or 15th anniversary or something that I went to?
No, what that was our anniversary. It was our 10th anniversary. We did a 24-hour workout event. So we had our members, and we just did a workout every hour for 24 hours. And that's when we had you and Greg come in, and Greg called us off. He gave us a 3, 2, 1, go, and we did Fran for our opening
Oh, that's
event.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
it was sick.
Hey, if things get really tough, regionals could move to Gabe Subri's gym in
That
Stockton.
place is monstrous.
It's monstrous, but I go
It's
to
monstrous.
I go to jiu-jitsu turn. It's 50,000 square feet, one room.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I go to Stockton 3 times a year for jiu-jitsu tournaments. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. We got I told Haley when we went there, I'm like, find the nicest hotel and get the nicest hotel room while we're there. And she got this, like, was supposed to be a 2-bedroom suite.
Motel 6?
$450 a night, no refrigerator, old ass TVs, no phones in the room.
What?
To call room
Wow.
service. It was crazy, dude. It was It was disgusting. God, it was bad. It was such a waste of money. Oh, that's his gym? Yeah, it's so nice. He's got a turf section. He's got a turf section.
They have a track in there.
Oh,
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Look, they even have they have like the football turf with like the yard markers and shit.
Yep. Because I know they do a bunch of different like sport specific training stuff, baseball stuff, football stuff there.
Yeah, that place is not. Oh, that's killer.
Wow.
Yeah, when I was there, there were I went there with Greg, and there were 4 classes going on at the same time with like 30 people each, and like they were nowhere near each other. It was crazy. It was crazy, dude. It was crazy. Stockton, 3 cents a square foot to rent.
It's so big that you can do like street view in the the inside of their gym. They had the Google car running around.
Go in there. All right. So in a nutshell, games coming to San Jose. You and I are happy. That's close to us.
Yeah. Sorry, everybody. That makes it easy though.
Extra semifinal. Sounds like Tia's competing. And the new venue is, as the crow flies, 15 miles from the new venue. So you can expect an event at the ranch. Oh, here we go. Pool boy. What's up, buddy? Also, Sevon's thoughts on having a swim event at San Jose State University Swim Center. It's pretty new and really nice. Let me ask Bill that. So, Bill, let's say you're gonna. It's only 3 days. You're gonna have 10 events. Do you take them away from the venue twice? One time for the ranch and then one time for the swim center? How does that affect the athletes? How does that affect the timing? How does that affect the fans? Do you do the swim and the ranch on the same day if they're outside the facility? Is it walking distance, Pool Boy? Can you check that, Caleb, to see if the San Jose Swim Center is walking distance from the SAP Center?
Yep.
I think what you could do, you just make it a first day, and it's all post-produced stuff, or you get the video and you post-produce the stuff from the morning. You run them out to the pool first to do the swim, then you ride them to the ranch and you have them do the run if they're going to do the run there, and you knock out those two monostructural, long endurance-y type things there and get it out of the way. I think you can. I don't think that they will need to check the boxes. Like, we have to do this because we got to check the box. I hope that when they're programming and they put it all together, that like they make it make sense. Going to the ranch makes sense. Going to the pool doesn't necessarily make sense. It would be
Okay,
fun.
let me throw this out there because I'm deeply offended by your post-production shit. They can find a cheap way to stream this.
Sure they can.
Okay.
But will they?
Joseph Ramirez, deposit for my stay at Casa Matosian. You want to stay at the Three Plain Brothers palatial estate? I should do an auction for that. I should do an auction if you want to stay with me.
You got to keep them in the garage though. They got to
And
sleep on
you
the
have to
grass
be
pads in the garage.
And you have to be hot. Like if you're a dude or a chick, you got to be attractive. I don't want to stare at
sleep on
anyone
a quarter pipe.
They can swim in the creek next to the SAP. Yeah, you could swim in the creek next to my house. How far? Oh, that's close.
32-minute walk.
Hey, listen, in California, that's nothing. Me and Bill could get a latte on the way, drink it, walk from point A to point B, and then get another latte for the walk back. Right, Bill?
I would.
Yeah, that's nothing. And we have sidewalks in San Jose.
Grab a pint of Guinness at a Flaherty's Irish pub on the way.
Is there one? Do you see one?
Right there.
Oh yeah, you won't see any sidewalks in Spartansburg.
Dude, I saw a woman with her child in a stroller walking down a main road
in Spartanburg.
In Spartanburg, no sidewalk.
In Santa Cruz, we have the best sidewalks. And I saw a retard chick yesterday with headphones, a 20-year-old girl with headphones walking in the street next to the sidewalk. What the fuck is wrong with you people?
That's so scary, dude.
People are retarded. Do you have no one in your life that loves you?
No.
Okay, Bill. How about this from a very smart man has now contributed to the chat. Very smart man, CrossFit affiliate owner, Salty Beaver, Salty Hive CrossFit, Justin Zumbo, buff as well. Great choice in apparel. Day 0 before SAP centers at the ranch turn the games into 4 days. So maybe that 24 to 26 is for us peons, us bootlickers, fans, and that they come a day thank you, and they come a day or two early to do another event.
That would be very easy to do. So everyone gets out there. They got to register like on a Monday, and they've done this before. Yeah. Go back to the old. Do the workouts on Wednesday, take Thursday off, go Friday, Saturday, Sunday. very easy to do that. Maybe
and
they
do
just
do 3 events at the ranch, or 2 events at the ranch, and then evening do a swim at the swim center.
Can they do the Alcatraz swim?
Can they what?
No.
Caleb said, "Can they do the Alcatraz swim?" That would be sick.
Come on, it'd be so cool.
Oh, welcome to the F45 games. After that, there'd be nothing left. I think that would be a very easy thing to do. Maybe the dates that they're giving are what they got the because you know how Spin's so good at finding out who put when they got certain dates that they put their applications in for to get this thing or that thing. Maybe that's what it is. So on those 3 days, that's when they were able to lock down the arena, and that's what they have on that, because I think they could very easily do something like that. There's no way on the 20th that they're not going to go to the ranch. There's no way.
Hey, so I'm going to tell you a crazy story that I've been the whole show like going back and forth thinking whether I should share before, and I've shared it on the show before, but I didn't realize the relevance of it. When I was at the ranch, Susan and I were at the ranch testing our pep link, which didn't work. And it's the ability to we want to do some event at the ranch.
Nice.
And so we were testing the pep link out there, and while we were there, I spoke with Kenny Castro. And Kenny is Dave's brother, and he maintains the facility of the ranch, and he's been very intimate with Rogue and CrossFit throughout the years in terms of like helping them get things done. And I said I don't remember the exact conversation, so I'm going to make up the conversation. The conversation is not true, but the spirit of it is true. I said something to him, was like, yeah, that's crazy that the games used to be here. Monterey County came in and said that, you didn't have the permits to have 2,500 people here. That sucks. And Kenny said, oh, Dave's been working on fixing that for a long time. And I go, what do you mean? And he goes, well, he's just been working on it. I know he's been working on that.
What? Why would he be working on it?
Because he wants to do an event there. He wants to do something there. And it was just one of those flyby like thoughts. And I remember thinking, I remember looking at Susan and be like, oh, that's cool. Maybe we could do an event here. So maybe even there's a way so that fans can go there. I could see them doing like a limited run. You know what I mean? Like you buy tickets to go to the games and it's $1,000, but for $1,500 you get one of the 500 lucky ones who gets to go to the ranch and watch the event there.
How many people did they have for the open event? The open with Matt and Ben and Rich, and when they redid that one?
300. I don't know. I'm just kind of making it up. I don't know. If someone could be like, fuck you, Sevi, there were only 100 people there. I'm going to say, I mean, there were 50 people. There were 50 people there working it. Do you know what I mean? There were 50 people there from HQ for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I know
this is a very good point.
That is true.
Street parking they had an event there, dude. Patrick,
Yeah.
I forgot about that. I went to that. People sleeping there, all sorts of shit. You're right.
Street high parking rocks.
For 1,500, I better be able to take a dump in Dave's house.
Damn.
Hey, there'll be for an extra $50. He'll have his chimenea going, and you can pick a stick up and throw it in there and be like, I burnt a stick in Dave's chimenea. All right, street parking event. All right, that's all we got. Anything anyone want to add?
The Masters better be happy about a live Masters semi, is all I have to say. And they better show up in droves.
Are they getting that?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Meaning normally they don't get a semis, they go straight from quarterfinals to the games?
They never have a live event before the games.
Oh, meaning everything's online.
Yep.
Where do we know where that's going to be?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Wow.
But I hope that if and when that becomes, I mean, they said that they're going to do a live event for them. So wherever that ends up going, there better just be tons and tons and tons. Like it better make like the Masters Collective and all those look like local comps. Everybody better show up if you guys want that to remain.
That's near my house. I'm going. Masters people, if you're doing something in my area, tell me. Magnus Holmgren, Sevi, Magnus, do you want me to hate you? Do you?
Yes.
Patrick Clark, you can have the last word. It means that Clydesdale will be the only one that cares about it and covers it. All right. Blah, 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 blah. All right. Love you guys. Bill Grunler, thank you.
Yeah.
CrossFit Inferno. If you're ever in San Luis Obispo, arguably the most beautiful city in California. If you are down here, it is definitely worth driving down. If you have time to drive down the coast from San Jose down to San Luis Obispo, it will be one of the prettiest drives you've ever seen. And you will see home of one of the biggest hidden secrets in the world, San Luis Obispo. It is Santa Barbara, but without the homeless people. Caleb Beaver, thank you. Talk to you guys all soon. Pedro White in
talk about
4. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great, guys. Eric Rosa's protege, the man who skyrocketed in CrossFit during the Rosa years, and now Mayhem's savior, Austin Malioza on the Coffee Pods and Wads. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.